Anthropic just announced an S1, which is a document you file when you're planning to go for an IPO, initial public offering of a private company. And they, Anthropic, we had talked about this in previous episodes, just raised it like a $900 million valuation because their revenue, it's up like 5x in a few months. And they've been going 10x a year. So they're actually ahead because 5x in 6 months times another 6 months is 25x. So obviously one of the greatest revenue growth stories in history, especially around a product that is this pervasive, has a potentially much larger market size, and potentially very high. The inference gross margins could be very good when we've seen that they have they reported a 5% operating margin, which means that they probably have, they definitely have positive gross margins on their inference and pretty lean operations too. So when you look at a company like that, that's going 25x a year right now growth and is at $50 billion a quarter, and is potentially going to, if it achieves some kind of breakthrough model and runs ahead of OpenAI and is no longer in a competitive environment, could be operating at 80% gross margins. Imagine a company doing $1 trillion a year, which is not far away from where Anthropic is, but suddenly they come up with some magical technique, which again, no one understands how any of this works, that they could operate at 80% gross margins. That's $800 billion a year. Well, that would be something like a $16-17 trillion company if they weren't growing. So the growth and the size of this company. And so they just raised it about $1 trillion valuation. I've heard reports that they're going to try for a $2 trillion valuation in the near future.
I mean, they have headwinds, but just ponder this for a second. I think it was Thursday or Friday they announced the raise at close to a trillion. On Monday morning, then they said, "Oh yeah, and we're going to go public too." Right? I mean, that's absolute baller move. But they do have headwinds, which are unique headwinds. One that hadn't really, you and I were talking about it, and I was trying to think about what the prime motivation was, and you were pointing out like they need huge liquidity for compute, which makes sense.